Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're a brand new subscriber or a brand new viewer. My name is Kyle. Today we're talking about John Wick Chapter 4. This was once again directed by Chad Stahelski and stars Keanu Reeves as the Baba Yaga himself, John Wick. After surviving the events of Part 3, John Wick has uncovered a way to defeat the head table, and as such, he will be a free man. But in order to accomplish that goal, he has to go through more hell than the previous three movies combined. I think at this point, it's kind of meaningless to talk about the plot because these movies are very focused on the action. Now, when the first movie came out, it made a lot of sense because action movies were filmed like shit. They were incredibly shaky and jumbled, and John Wick was such a great step in the right direction because it told audiences, no, we can still do action in which the camera moves with such fluidity, and we have an actor capable and willing to do those stunts. These movies could not be what they are without its star Keanu Reeves. I've always liked Keanu Reeves. I've always thought he was really cool. He's not the greatest actor in the world with dialogue, but definitely when you put him in these physical situations, he is willing and capable to do these stunts, and they look amazing as a result. You can have the camera in any position, close up, wide shot, it's all him. Now, there are a couple of stunts in this one specifically where I'm thinking there's no way that they would ever allow him to do that because he's not Tom Cruise, it's not Keanu Reeves' production company. But I would say 90% of the time I could tell it was him doing the stunts, and it's great. It's great seeing an actor put the effort in. I decided to dress up for this review because we are talking about John Wick. He's always dressed very stylishly, and I thought the costume design in this movie was exquisite. Paco Delgado is the guy's name. I think he did a spectacular job. It's always great seeing Ian McShane in a movie, and in these movies he really is terrific. He's very soft-spoken, but he always has a purpose with what he's saying. And of course, it's always great to see Laurence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves together. I think just simply seeing the two of them in a room is fantastic, but it's great to see his character come back. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the late Lance Reddick. It's very unfortunate he passed away. It was great seeing him in the film. They did something very special for him, which I thought was great. It's just very unfortunate that we lost a very, very talented actor. He was always a great presence in these movies, and he will definitely be missed. The movie features some new characters, namely the one and only Donnie Yen. I didn't know the character was blind until I sat in front of the screen last night and watched it, and the split second that I realized he was blind, I just went, wait a minute. He's blind in the John Wick universe and in the Star Wars universe? I don't know if they made that sort of connection when they casted him. I'm not sure if he himself made that connection. Every action scene with Donnie Yen, you know it's going to be spectacular. You just know it. But he will always find a different way and an inventive way to create these fun little moments in the action. I'm not going to say how he does it, but every single time he was on screen, I was just even happier than I already was. We then also have Shamir Anderson. I recognized him from the movie Race. I haven't seen that since it came out, but that was a very good movie. He plays a character who was listed as Tracker. I thought his character was really cool, and I like the fact that he has a dog. Definitely some John Wick-isms going on as the sequences play out. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but what they do with the dog is great. The absolute legend, Hiroyuki Sanada, is in this film. Simply with his presence, just like with Donnie Yen, you know that he's going to have some amazing fight sequences, and he does not disappoint. But what was amazing was his daughter in the film. I don't know the actress's name. I thought she was a really cool character, an absolute badass, and definitely has my second favorite scene in the movie involving stairs. Oh man, just wait till you guys see it if you haven't seen it yet. And then lastly, we have Bill Skarsgard as the villain. I didn't know that he was in the film, so for me, it was a bit of a surprise. His character is definitely a weasel, that is for damn sure. Now, like I said at the beginning, what it really comes down to in these films is how is the action. And honestly, the action is extremely well directed, well choreographed, well staged. It's fluid, the camera work is amazing. Definitely my favorite sequence revolves the camera from a ceiling vantage point. That's all I'm going to say. I feel like every John Wick movie has that one scene that makes it stand out from the others. that is that scene. It will blow your mind. My issue at the exact same time is that it is followed by a stunt that I just shouted out loud, no. There is no way that any mortal man could simply get up and continue running. In a way, it makes the stakes not feel as grand as they could be. And of course, these movies have to continue to elevate. They have to keep getting more intense. The enemies have to have better armor. It's to the point where they have armor in their clothing. The movie is absolutely ridiculous, and you know that you're watching a movie. This is one of those films where the action is realistic at times, but after a while it gets so ridiculous that your mind is just like, these characters cannot get hurt, or if they get hurt, they're just gonna keep getting up as if they got an extra life. Another issue I have is the movie's length. The first movie, I think, is an hour and 40 minutes. It's very cut and dry. They don't have any time to waste. They just get to the action, and that's it. And the sequels definitely got longer. I know the previous movie was at least 2 hours long. It was very long. This movie is 2 hours and 49 minutes. And I do think that towards the end of the movie, it does get a bit tedious. Like, I've seen these moves done before. They're gonna do a couple things differently, but I basically know the outcome of what the situation is. It's very strange in regards to how I would rate this movie, because my biggest issue has to deal with my biggest positive, which is the action. I think it is well filmed, well staged, well choreographed, but it features stunts that get so ridiculous, it almost becomes like a Matrix movie. The Matrix and John Wick should not share any similarities outside of the fact that Keanu Reeves and Laurence Fishburne are in both these movies. I'm going to give John Wick Chapter 4 a B+. I think the movie is a fitting conclusion to the franchise. It does so many things right, and the things it gets right, it really gets right. It's a very entertaining movie, and if you're somebody that likes the previous 3 movies, you are definitely going to enjoy this film. If you stuck to the end, thank you very much for watching. In the meantime, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. The links to my social media pages are in the description box below, and my business website, kjgpictures.com, also in the description box below. Thank you all so much as always for watching, and stay tuned.